Welcome to the You Can't Say That in Church podcast. My name is Derek Minor.
And I'm Parris Chariz.
We obviously not in the Bat Cave.
We out here. We out here in Austin, Texas, man.
We out here in Austin, Texas.
Beautiful Texas. We on the golf course.
Golf course, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? What'd you say? You've been saying it all week, man. Sign the RMG.
Sign the RMG.
You know what I'm saying? We explore the finer things in life because there's nothing wrong with that. It's about what you cherish. And what we cherish is when you have a vacation, make sure it's a vacation.
Right.
Look at all of this space. This is life, man. This is life.
Sign the RMG.
Come on over, man.
If you don't want to tap dance.
If you don't want to tap dance, if you don't want to, you know what I'm saying, not be in front of your people and your culture. Can I say that?
I don't know.
Can I say that?
Baby, we want to edit it. Y'all let us know, should we edit it out?
Should we edit that out?
All right.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say
I bet.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it. What are we talking about today, man?
I would like to know what your experience is at South by. When we first landed, it was a dude. He was about 6'7" in a pimp hat. And he had what was the phrase on the back of his jacket? He had a girl on a leash.
He had a girl on the leash, and he said this cape is to save the hoes.
I think that's what he said. I think
it was something along those lines. No cap.
This cape is to save the hoes. I kid you not. I'm not lying. As soon as we got to the hotel, that's what we saw.
On God. And he had a girl that was definitely okay with being on a leash walking behind him. And he had an entourage. He had people actually following him.
He had an entourage of people that was okay
with the buffoonery.
The buffoonery.
Buffoonery, man. And
that was buffoonery. Let's make it
You could be an artist. And there's no limits to artistry, man. But sometimes, man, be yourself. Be yourself. Stop trying to portray something. I can guarantee you he is not a pimp.
Or maybe he is.
I can guarantee you he's not a pimp.
He's not a pimp?
That's not, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know what the pimp culture looks like, but that ain't it.
That ain't it? That's not it?
From
he's not Magic Don Juan?
No, sir. And we don't condone that. So you can always spot a fake. It's the same thing with, you know what I'm saying, people who think being from the streets is being black.
Right.
It's the same thing. You can spot a person that believes that that's what it means to be black,
or that you're from the streets because you dress a certain way,
or you talk a certain way, or I know you've been to jail.
Like, huh? Well, you have been to jail.
That's beside the point. That's beside. I was there for 7 hours.
I've not been to jail. He's been to jail
for a few hours, man. I did my time. And I moved on with my life, man. I changed for the better.
It's over with.
On God.
I'm going to tell you one thing I'm not trying to do, bro. Like, I'm going to keep it real. I'm not trying to go to jail.
No, me either. I've never been to prison. And I had favor. Let's be clear. I had a lot of favor when I did my few hours.
I'm telling you right now, bro. If we do some dirt together, I'm snitching. If they ask me,
that's fair.
If they say I gotta give up the people I did dirt with and I don't have to go to jail, you're going to jail.
You want to know why?
You're going to jail. I'm not going to jail, but you are.
You want to know why that's fair?
And I'm gonna move to a small town and I'm gonna pretend I was a gangster.
You want to know why that's fair?
Why?
Because you're telling me what you're going to do right now.
I'm telling you right now.
So if I choose to do crime with you after you didn't told me this,
we're going to jail. Like if they catch me and they don't catch you, I'm be like, Parris, they got us,
bro. They got us.
Parris, hey, get from behind those bushes over there. They got us. We got to go to jail.
I don't know who Parris is.
Parris, they live in Nashville, Tennessee. From Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
From Detroit.
Yeah.
That went to college and played basketball in Tulsa.
He just making up stuff. He said I was from 3 different places.
Come get us, bro.
He said he don't know. Your Honor, he don't know where I'm from.
I'm telling you. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm not going to jail.
Nah, I'm a civilian. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. I came from a certain place, but I'm a civilian, man. I've seen real gangsters. I've seen real thugs.
And I think and the thing is, we've glorified it so much. This is the thing I love about this new generation. Like the Gen Alpha, they've been in the house so much that the 90s feel like almost like the Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
Like in their mind, they be like, bro, people really was like standing on the corner in the cold selling crack.
I would never do nothing like that.
It's like, man, you could make so much more money being a gamer.
Right. That was never even a possibility. And they don't even understand it. That was never even a possibility.
Yeah.
All I had was standing on the corner.
Yeah. In their mind, they like, bruh, why would you do that when you could be like Kai Cenat?
Yeah.
I think that's why rap
build a business.
I think that's why rap don't really go crazy like that no more.
Right.
Those kind of stories.
Yeah.
It don't go crazy like that because I think the kids is just like this.
Why would you choose that?
It's not a great use of your time.
Yeah. Which is good.
I love it.
But to get back to
that was a tangent like a mother.
on me. My experience, this is my first time being in South by Southwest since I think about 2019. I'm gonna keep it all the way a man. I was here so I wouldn't get fined. The label said you doing South by.
That's crazy.
I said, okay, I'm doing South by. I'm coachable, man. It's all good. I'm gonna run the play. This the play we running. I'm running the play.
Yeah.
It's not something that I look forward to doing. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing people don't know about me is I don't enjoy performing that much. I'm a studio junkie. I like doing stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm super low-key personable. So to be on the stage and because I like to dress, and I'm on, so it's like, it's not even my vibe. This is just what I like to put on, and this is part of my job. So, but one thing I will say that I learned is how to build community. I would say that's one thing that I've learned from being in South by Southwest. You learn to get along with people that's necessarily may not be your flavor,
right?
But it's deeper than that. It's a bigger picture than that.
Yeah.
They're always about what qualifies me to be comfortable. That's the only way I can move in these services. If it doesn't qualify me to be comfortable, then I'm gonna be standoffish. I don't want to go. So stepping out of my comfort zone and, you know what I'm saying, being coachable. Being coachable. That's the best way I could put it. Is just so I don't over communicate what I'm trying to say. Just being coachable. Just because I didn't want to be here and I don't want to do this doesn't mean it can't help me. Doesn't mean I can't learn something from it. You know what I'm saying? And being open to that, being willing. So that's been my experience at South by. The show was phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the squad, RMG. We throwing the hip hop forever. First year of many more. That's gonna be way bigger, way better. So I'm just enjoying the process. That's more so where I'm at. I'm enjoying the process.
I said this when we was walking downtown, that I remember when I first got to South by Southwest and I looked around and I was here as a artist that was wishing I could get on those stages.
Okay.
So to be throwing events, like we've thrown, this is our 4th year in a row throwing events. We have an R&B showcase that happens called R&B Forever. And now we got the hip hop showcase that's called Hip Hop Forever. And like I remember going to every class, trying to catch every show. And this year, realizing like I'm one of the guys that's throwing shows that people wish they could perform at.
Wow.
Like, that's kind of dope. And I think that it just hit me different this year as far as music is concerned. And I say that to everybody out there right now that has dreams and that wants to try to make it. Keep going and be yourself and build something that is unique to you. Build something that you wish you had.
Yeah.
And you'll always be relevant in culture.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's made RMG the force that we are today, is because I always look back and said, well, what was something that I wanted? And then create that.
Yeah.
The main issue with Christian rap, among other things, is that Christian rappers often step into cultures that they didn't build, but they benefit immensely from. Very much like the gentrification of hip-hop. It's the same thing with Christian rap, although it's not just white guys that benefit from that. And I'm going to tell you that. Like, there's some Christian rappers that people don't necessarily like you or your music, but They love the fact that you love Jesus.
Yeah. Simple.
And that's it.
That's it.
That they're behind you and supporting you as long as you love Jesus.
Yeah.
But they're not there on the journey of your artistry. They may even be suffering through your artistry. But because you support God,
yeah,
and they want to support something that's valuable,
yeah,
and they want to support you on your mission, that's where they're like, man, I can support this guy.
Yeah.
And those, a lot of times these live events, like artists go and get paid thousands of dollars, and there's screaming people in the audience, but they're not screaming fans.
Right.
They're screaming fans of Jesus, not screaming fans of you. And I think that's not a bad thing per se, but it is something to be aware of when you're trying to start a business.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to say. Like, not that is a bad thing, but what are the dangers in that when you're trying to, because that's the thing. We are talking about artists who are trying to build careers off music, not do it as a hobby. If you're trying to do music as a hobby, this isn't necessarily to you. Right. But for those people who are trying to make a career out of their talent that God gave them and they want to glorify God, what are some of the dangers in only having people that, I don't support you because of the song, I support you because of the bigger picture. And the bigger picture isn't your testimony. The bigger picture is you believe in God just like me. Stop. And it stops there.
Man, it's even deeper than that. Some people follow artists because they believe you're more spiritual than me, and you can show me how to be more spiritual. Like usurping the role of what a pastor or
which is why they look at us like that.
So they look at you like,
no, you a pastor.
Man, you like, I bet you KB when he prays levitates a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I bet you Trip Lee has never played a video game in his life. He just fast.
He just fast and
7 hours a day.
Bread and water. And he might have a piece of fish.
He dip it in the communion wine. All he eat is communion crackers every day. And there's people that's like that. So then you got a choice. Do I maintain that image? Or do I show them that I'm just a regular person?
The fourth wall.
And when you show people you're a regular person, then you have to be prepared for people saying, oh, you're not really a real Christian like that.
You got to be okay with the cons that come with it as well.
That comes with it. But I think there's beauty in that because you can start saying, well, for all the people that just want a person, if you want a person to relate to, if you want a person that knows your struggle where you're at, if you want a person that is gonna crack the inappropriate joke, I'm the guy.
Yeah.
But if you want the guy that's gonna,
and that's another thing too, man. You gotta know who you can and can't be around. Like we said that from the beginning. This pod is not for everybody. Yeah. And I think people are gonna realize that, and that's okay.
I think it's great.
I think it's great because you have to understand what you can and can't tolerate. Like you said, I know that I can crack a inappropriate joke with you, but I couldn't do that with a different person.
Facts.
Because I understand them and they understand me, but we both got to be okay with that, and it's not a judgment or a slight to character or faith.
And the joke's not inappropriate. It just would offend you.
It would just. That's what I was gonna say.
It would just offend you because
I don't think
you're not in on the joke.
Yeah.
Like it's not. I'll never forget this.
He said you ain't in on the joke. You ain't in on it.
I'll never forget this, bro. I was in a songwriting class at MTSU, so they had us separate out, and it was like 20 people in the class. They had us separate into 5 groups. And we had to write a song. And actually, that class was probably one of the most life-changing classes for me because it taught me how to write a hook. Up until then, I only know how to write verses.
Got it.
And the guy that I'm about to tell the story about actually showed me how to write a hook. But we were sitting there, and he's in another songwriting thing outside of class with my good friend Coco Corinne. If you never heard of her, she was on some of my earlier music.
Okay.
One of the purest, perfect pitch, purest voices, and one of the coolest girls from Memphis, Tennessee you'll ever meet.
Shout out Coco.
Shout out Coco. So he asked me, do I know Coco Corinne? By this time, me and Coco had songs together.
Yeah.
Me and Coco had done all kind of different projects in school. So I said, yeah, that's my dog. He said, wait a minute, brother. You will not refer to a woman as a dog in my presence ever. And I was like,
bro, what are you?
And I realized it's like, oh, he's not in on the lingo.
Yeah.
As a young man, I was offended.
Right.
Because you took something that I said as a
slight to her.
As a slight to her, that is a term of endearment. I'm like, that's my dog. Like that's my friend. Like that's my homie. I'll ride or die for her.
Right,
you know what I mean? And he wasn't in on the joke.
Yeah.
In the past, what I would try to do is try to explain the joke to people.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
In my music.
Me too.
In my content.
Yeah.
In my life.
Yeah.
But I just want you to sit there and think, when has explaining the joke made it any more funny to a person?
I ain't never just
any joke.
Never.
Like
never.
any joke. If you just was cracking a joke,
so
and then when you turn around and explain it.
Right. So what I mean was you ain't never seen and it's like
it's gone.
No, I've never seen that. That's why it's like
it's gone.
Yeah. The moment's up.
And I think that's how within Christian rap, sometimes I look at artists that's like, I'm not a Christian rapper no more. And then all of a sudden they start writing all these songs, but you're not writing them to anyone new. You're just explaining the joke more to people that don't understand it.
That's deep. That's deep. So I wanna get back to the South by thing.
Yeah.
A little bit. When we were talking about the artists, the specifically the Christian artists that realize nobody. Yes, I'm viral, and yes, I'm this and that, or yes, I get these bookings, these certain types of bookings, but when I go to these places, people don't know my song. Yeah. And they don't realize it's me until, could you explain from your perspective being here at South by and being a person that was once wanting to be on the stage and now got the stages? What is something you learned? What are the dangers in that for people who trying to build a career in music and glorify God?
As a record label owner, I feel bad for artists in 2026 because they have been told that the only way to have a career is to consistently go viral on social media.
Yeah.
But when you look at the data of people who have careers, it doesn't look that way.
Mm-hmm.
They have moments.
Yeah.
Like Kanye's Bush Doesn't Like Black People was a moment. Jay-Z's It's a Hard Knock Life was a moment. Mm-hmm. But careers are built off of using those moments to draw people to you and whatever your culture is.
Right.
That's what makes people tattoo 116 on their arm. Mm-hmm. Is because the movement was about being unashamed of God.
Yeah.
So then everybody that had a level of shame of like, I'm a Christian, man, I go to school, they kind of pick on me.
Yeah.
Unashamed was like, I'm giving you permission and a boldness to embrace who you actually are, which is a Christian. You don't have to try to fit in with the world, or you have to try to fit in with your school.
Yeah.
You're unashamed.
Right.
So then now, okay, well, what are the areas that Christians struggle with as far as shame? Well, man, I want to wear clothes that represent God that don't look cheesy.
Yeah.
Bet, in comes KB with Native.
No cap.
You see what I'm saying?
No cap.
It's like KB's brand is on par with any other clothing brand. Mm-hmm. So now there's a solution solved there. We solved it with the music, solve it with the merchandising. Okay, cool. Now you start seeing Trip Lee writing books.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, this from the perspective of a young man serving God. Mm-hmm. It's that. And what happens is your relationship, instead of just being algorithmic driven, is driven by your deep connection with fans. Yeah. And if we take this from a music level, that is what Christians should be doing in the first place.
in the first place. But it's not seen like that within the Christian space. It's seen as get the bag. It's not seen as let me. And I do think it's like an ethereal thing with rappers where they feel like they got to be perfect.
Yeah.
Or with artists in general, they feel like they got to be perfect. And I said it to you the other day. I think about that a lot. When I first started making Christian hip hop, my first instinct was like, man, like I hate that I feel like the guys who talking about God that I hear at this current moment, when I show it to other guys, they're like, my God, like, nah, I'm straight on that. Man, I want to make Christian hip hop I don't want to forcefully make it not corny, but I want to bring something to the space so different and so unique that people say, man, okay, I don't have to, I'm in on the joke, but at the end of the day, I love God.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I thought it was going to be through my music. And not that it's not, but I solely thought it was going to be through my music. So connecting with you, connecting with Doc, I see the wider picture. It's like, man, my music wasn't enough to break that mold that's been set for 100 years ago.
Right.
My few songs ain't enough. Mm-mm. It's a mindset. It's a teaching thing. Like what we were talking about yesterday with the artists. Like, man, like we have to cultivate culture in this area because it hasn't been. Yeah. And it's not, and you ain't gonna just do that by just dropping songs and that was another thing. You only drop songs every year, once a year, twice a year. Yeah. Like them songs, it ain't gonna have that impact because this is an imprint before you was even thought of. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So understanding that and understanding that RMG stands for that. RMG is going for that, for bringing culture to a space that I think that is willing to accept it, but somebody has to create it. Somebody has to cultivate it. Somebody has to push it. And
there's people that are out there right now. I've given this example all week. So on my threads, I don't know if y'all's threads is like this, but on my threads, every week I see something going viral or doing numbers of Christian rap is trash. Yeah. Christian rap is corny. Yeah. And in it, I see a bunch of people saying, no, it's not. No, it's not. Listen to this guy. No, it's not. Listen to that guy. And although I love the fact that people are willing to ride for Christian rap, I think we need to do more listening than debating and fighting and defending, because what I hear when I see someone say that is an opportunity. I hear a person that's saying, wait a second, I don't want to listen to drill music, sexual, hypersexualized music, and music that's just brain rot. I want to listen to something that is more uplifting. Yeah. And then they say, well, I don't necessarily like gospel because that feel like grandma and them. Mm-hmm. Let me go listen to what the Christian rap sound like.
Yeah, let me tap in.
And then they took time to listen. And then they took time to listen, and as they listened, they got so upset that it was so unrelatable and wasn't hip hop that it made them so mad they had to say something about it.
Right. I got to tell my people about how.
Because I see some stuff. I see stuff that is. Yeah. I don't like. Yeah. But it has to really hit a nerve for me to post about it. Yeah. So the question is, what makes it whack? It can't be the beats.
Yeah, because some of the beats be hard.
It can't be the flows.
Flows be hard.
It's the relatability. It's because in Christian hip hop, it's often catered to white kids in the suburbs. So you notice there's not a lot of white kids in the suburbs that say that, unless they're in some kind of weird rebellious stage. But they're not so mad at hip hop that they're like, oh, this is whack. I see some of that every now and again. But you can tell it's like, oh, this guy thinks he's trying to be tough. Yeah, yeah. When I see black people do it, it's like, oh, you're saying that this doesn't serve.
It don't serve you.
It don't tell my story. Yeah. It don't serve my needs. Yeah. This is weird. Yeah. And it's because a lot of Christian hip hop is catered to suburbia.
A demographic
it's catered to tell stories that are not relevant to people that things are happening in real life, because that's gonna draw conflict.
Yeah. It draws conversation.
It's going to draw conversation. It's going to make people say, Well, what do you do if you find out, you know what I'm saying, that that your girl cheated on you?
Yeah.
Do you go beat the dude up?
Right.
How do you deal with that?
Do you beat her?
Yeah.
Do you hit your girl?
Yeah.
Do you, like, it's like, nah. You need music. You need testimony.
And culture.
To understand how to deal with that, because most people that's listening to our music that come from that side, they only know what they know.
Right.
Which is, I'm going to shoot you.
Right.
Which is, I'm going to slap you. Which
Right.
is,
Oh,
I'm not listening to you. It's on site. You know what I'm saying? And us as believers, we have to tell our true story. So it's not just, man, believe in God or else. It's not just, y'all, stop sinning.
Or I think a lot of Christian rap I hear is they like, I'm killing demons. I ain't never felt tempted to do this.
Yeah.
And it's like, my story is like, nah, I wanted to slap dude yesterday.
Yeah.
But I didn't. Because I knew that wasn't gonna help. And it's like, that's relatable.
Yeah.
I remember my brother came and lived with me, and we had different moms. My mom was in church. His mom was in church.
Yeah.
His dad sold drugs. My dad was on drugs. Or like, his stepdad sold drugs. My stepdad was on drugs.
Yeah.
But we was in church, so he was under the perspective that my life was perfect. Because I was a Christian. Right, and I grew up in a Christian
household.
He ain't know. I was like, nah.
I'm going through it.
I'm going through it.
Yeah.
My stepdad was wrestling. So the more we got to know each other in our older years, he realized, he's like, oh, you a man just like me.
We got more in common than I thought.
But then guess what happens? Now my advice hit different.
Yeah.
Because I'm not telling him something that I haven't lived through. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I've seen exactly what you've been through, and I'm telling you how I got through it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't easy. It wasn't no like I just prayed it away.
Right.
You know?
That did help. I did use prayer. I did use
Absolutely.
the word. I did go to my mentor. I did do this. But I didn't know how to do that. But I chose that. I chose to do that because that's another thing. They think all of our choices be the right choices we make. And it's like, bro, I'm going to tell you, no, I don't make the right choice all the time.
Right choice or the choice that you want to make. This is the choice I wanted to make.
On God.
I don't have the choice to do
what you think I should do.
Yeah.
All I know is to make this kind of decision. So let me tell my story of how I battled through going through the same thing over and over and how I made those choices and what my conclusion was. That's how you get a cycles out of my catalog. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get
one
a favoritism.
One of my favorite songs too.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you get a favoritism. Mm. It's like, man, I'm going to tell you real things that I went through. So are we going to make disciples or not? Like, I don't make music for the healed. I make music for the sick. And I think it's nothing wrong for making music with the healed. Mm-hmm. You just have to know your why. Mm. And people who make music for the healed, don't be mad at people who make music for the sick, and vice versa. I think it works both ways, because at the end of the day, you said it last episode, what would it be like if niggas did this for God and said God is the center and not what I want or how I want it? But at the end of the day, you're bringing people into the kingdom.
And I'm gonna take it a step further. It's not, I don't believe I make music for the healed and others make music for the sick. I believe I just don't make music for Suburbia.
Okay.
Because if you've been in Suburbia long enough, you'll know it's just as sick as the hood.
Yeah.
They just got money to hide it. They just got money to hide the sick. But the divorce rate may not be as high.
Yeah, but it happens.
But the cheating, the abuse, the all those different things. Look at all those scandals in churches where the youth pastor was touching on the kids, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if you ever been in Suburbia, you know a lot of those fathers are drunk. Mm.
Damn, I wasn't privy.
Man, or a lot of those fathers are addicted to. They're addicted to work. Mm-hmm. It's like, man, I hate my life.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just go out here and just work myself to death. Right. I don't want to come home. I know so many people that's like that, but it's like there's a gloss that will make you think that it's not like that.
Yeah.
And then the music, when it's catered to Suburbia, has to have a gloss on it.
Yeah. It
has to have a gloss that make you think.
It's almost like it's like the glossy paint.
Yes.
And hip hop culture is like matte black.
matte black.
It's matte black.
You gonna see
you gonna see everything that happens to it. You know what I'm saying? But with that gloss, if you far away enough, you like, oh no, that hoe shining.
Yeah.
You got to get up on that gloss to see the scratches and the abuse that it's taking. With that matte, you can see it from. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so it's not.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, it's not hill versus unhill. It's just suburbia versus the rest of the world.
And I say this, bro. That goes to show how conditioned I am to think this is this and this is that. You follow what I'm saying? Like right then, just right there by me saying that, I can get that conclusion. Like, man, I'm still conditioned in that way too to think me speaking for black people is speaking to the unhealed.
Nah.
And me speaking to white people means I'm speaking to the healed.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? That
everybody is broken. Yeah.
And I'm more so not to make it about white or black. I'm more so talking about the church than unchurched.
Well, I think we should make that delineation between black culture and white culture, because I honestly think this is gonna help this if white people are listening to this pod, it's gonna help them
understand
more than anything, because there's a lot of white people. There's a reason why white people are so angry and feel like, man, I've been wronged too. Right. And black people are like, what? Man, you got white perfect privilege. Right. You got this and that. And it's because those white households, they got their stuff too.
Yeah, they got stuff going on.
They got their stuff too. But when you look at like the Democrats, or when you look at liberals, or when you look at how people talk about white people, they talk about white people as if they're perfect. And that white person is thinking, no, I had to work just like you. Yeah. Now,
I went through.
They don't realize you didn't have to work just like me, because
it wasn't the same kind of work.
It wasn't the same kind of work, but you worked hard.
Right. It's not to discredit it, but it's different.
Man, I thought literally that white people and white privilege was like this surfboard that got them to be able to surf over hardship. Yeah. Like, it's like, oh man, you know what? I don't want to deal with this no more. Let me pull my white privilege surfboard out and surf over the top of it. It's like, no, they got drug addicts in their family. You know what I'm saying? They got absentee fathers in their family. But a lot of them have so much generational wealth, they just wear it really, really well.
Right. That's real.
They just wear it really, really well.
That's real.
And for black folks, for us, we don't have the generational wealth to cover up
the trauma.
So we can't say, oh, so-and-so is struggling with drugs, we're going to send them to rehab for a year.
42 times.
For 42 times.
Right.
Out of just pocket. There ain't no rehab.
Ain't no rehab.
So the only rehab was black church.
Yep. You going to church.
And then it's funny because I love your Cash or Christ videos because you notice it's all black people in those churches that Peter Popoff and Kearney Thomas was taking advantage of.
Jesse Duplantis.
Because they don't have any money for therapy. They don't have any upward mobility, so we turn into God. Yeah. And then you get a clown like Peter Popoff who steps into a role of like, well, I can help you get to God. Yeah. And then he starts selling niggas magic spring water. Right. And prayer cloths and
the miracle manna bread.
Miracle manna bread. And what was the thing, the investment, like,
oh, the debt canceling.
The debt canceling.
Like, yeah.
Give me your last $1,000.
And gotta cancel your debt. I will cancel your debt. Give me your last $37, and God will cancel your debt.
And then it's not gonna work. So then, since it don't work, now I put it on you and say, oh, you don't have enough faith. That's because it worked for everybody else. It just didn't work for you.
You heard the story.
Because you don't have enough faith.
You heard about the last 2 security guards.
Right, you heard. Man.
No, for real. Yeah, man, and I think that's another. First off, that's a good angle to point out. Like, man, we don't always have to make it race, but that is making it about race is how we get more understanding for each other. Because, like you said, man, like black people would think white people don't go through nothing, and white people think all black people are lazy. Yes, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, we have to start getting the understanding. You said it the other day. We have to learn how to work. It don't gotta be we don't want to work with no black people. I don't want to work with no white people. We have to learn how to. What did you say?
Coalition.
Coalition.
We got to build coalition.
Got to build coalition.
Well, it's like if you live in a black neighborhood, I don't think you have to go all the way to the white side, 40 minutes away, to the white area of town.
Yeah.
And I don't think we got to pretend there's not a white area of town.
Yeah.
Man, I want to be where the wing shacks is at. Mm-hmm. I want to be where the fresh fashion is at. I want to be where the Ethiopian shop is at.
Yeah.
I want to be where the black hair care products is at. So if that's where I want to be at, that's fine. I don't have to go over there to find God.
Yeah. Or to find wealth.
Or to find wealth. I shouldn't have to.
I shouldn't have to.
But what it should look like is I got some homies over there and we comparing notes.
Yeah.
And we friends, and we meet up. Sometimes they come over here to the hot chicken spot,
to the cookout,
and sometimes I go over there and eat that unseasoned chicken.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's cool.
That's straight,
and I like it.
And we ain't gonna act like it don't be unseasoned.
And we ain't gonna act like sometimes. Hey, white people be putting together some
barbecue.
What's it? Jalapeno chipotle butter.
Come on,
that I ain't I'd have never put that together.
Boy,
jalapeno chipotle honey butter.
But the Texas Twinkies.
Yeah,
with the brisket stuff with the brisket.
Yeah, they'll put together some crazy joints or casseroles. White people white people are elite with casseroles, bro. Except for green bean casserole, that's the only one they not elite with.
The best casserole I had was the broccoli cheese casserole with the crackers.
With the crackers on the top.
Boy, you better
don't play.
Nah.
Some of y'all act like that's not cold, but that's just cold.
Brisket. I ain't never had no brisket like a white man brisket.
Hey, they get right, but that's what I'm saying. Just to let you know that's going into montage. Just to let you know that is going into montage.
It's the best brisket I've ever had. Terry
Black's is the best brisket you ever had?
To date. To date.
Respect.
And shout out to my father-in-law. He made some good brisket too.
I want to try the tendernism.
Yeah, I want to try his oxtails.
I want to try that, yeah.
I want to try his oxtails. I want to try Les too. Les barbecue. I'm giving shameless plugs, but it's all good. Shout out to
It's all love. It's all love. Sponsor us next time.
Yeah, no. We gonna come get some of them red candy oxtails, Les.
All right, hey. So, Cash of Christ though. What made you begin to put those promos out like that? Because I've been enjoying every last one of them.
Yeah, and this the thing, man. You got to keep it 1,000. I'm gonna let people know when we say you got to know your why. You gotta have your team. You gotta have your team. I wouldn't have never thought of that if my guy JV. Hey, look at that butterfly. It's real. It's real. That's how y'all know. But my team, bro. My team. It wasn't me just thinking of something. Now, once they gave me something, I ran with it for sure.
Right.
But he sent me the cover. We was working on it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Town, MC, JV. He sent me a stylescape of a bunch of different things we was working on, thinking about, listening to the song. And one was the cover of Kearney Thomas screaming, "The God!" So when he sent me that cover, he sent me a few of them. When I seen that one, I'm like, that's it. I sent it to Doc. Right away, I'm like, you ain't even got to worry about it. That's the cover. And I went back. It unlocked the memory for me. I went back watching the videos. When I watched the Kearney Thomas videos, and I used to see him as a kid. If you're not privy, if you're a young dude, young man, young lady that's not privy to those are real televangelists, real telecasts that was showed all over the world. And people truly believe this stuff. Seeing it as a kid, I knew something was wrong with it. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, the word was written on my heart, and I knew something was wrong with that. But now seeing it again, unlocking that memory, seeing it as an adult, I was blown away. It's as funny as it is, it's disheartening. Cause he had our people fooled.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? He had our minds, and he had people lying for him. You know, selling prayers, selling God, and that's one thing. Even in Christian hip hop, y'all know how I get down with that stuff. I'm not a fan of stealing, and I'm not a fan of not stealing. I don't want to say, but selling dreams, and not telling the truth. If you're gonna sell dreams, tell the truth that you're selling dreams. It's still wrong, but at least you being honest about it. You know what I'm saying? So with Christ or Cash, I seen it unlocked the Peter Popoff stuff, and that's when they really got outlandish for me. Kearney Thomas was selling the prayer packages, but Peter Popoff selling, like he was selling And to find out, he had been doing it since the 80s. Got caught, came out, did it again.
Ran it up. He the ultimate scammer.
Man, and I truly believe it's a psyop. I truly believe he was backed by... I ain't gonna say it.
He very well may have been.
I ain't gonna say it. This ain't that. But yeah, man, so Chrysler Cash, the promo for that was just, man... And it's not necessarily exposing it, but, man, letting people know, like, this is what people do. And it's been going on since before you was even thought of. This ain't nothing new that we talking about. Saying what you said about the demon killing. Like,
right.
It's new to this generation, but that ain't no new concept.
Nah, I grew up listening to gospel gangsters. I thought they killed all the demons.
Right.
I thought gospel gangsters killed all the demons.
They did. They gone.
Nah. DKG Cog had
Shout
to
out.
knock the rest of them off.
He got the rest of them off.
And then he retired.
Oh, God. Shout out my brother.
Yeah. I love DKG, man. That's a good dude.
Yeah.
Bet.
How you feeling? You good?
I feel like we did it.
You can't say that in church, man. We live in Austin, Texas, South by Southwest. I'm Parris Chariz.
I'm Derek Minor.
We out.